it's okay to be quiet. Like me, I'm pretty quiet. But you need to know when to push that away and let your voice be heard. In my quote, "People who make no noise are dangerous" by Marvel. With the election that we just had, if you don't vote, then nothing will make a change, and it's easy to just not show up and not put your vote in, but then nothing will happen, and it would just stay the same, and staying the same isn't good. And with work, you could have a new position and be higher and make more money, but you could just let that stay there and not push yourself to be like, hey, I want that position, and you won't benefit from that, and you just stay there because you didn't voice that opinion or voice that, so I'm pretty quiet going through school. I kind of stayed in my own shell, and thankfully I wasn't bullied in school, but if you have a bully, you need to know how to stand up for yourself, and just having no voice and just letting that happen isn't good, and so you need to fight for yourself. So in my quote, "People who make no noise are dangerous" by Marvel, it's not good to just be quiet all the time, and you need to stand up for yourself. Thank you.
Well, I think you have a good self-reference at the beginning, and you clearly express an opinion. You tell us what the topic is. There's actually a point to what you're talking about. And I hear a structure while you're speaking, which I always appreciate. Sounds like you have a plan. Sometimes the supporting points don't get as much development as they could, but at least there's some point that you're trying to make, and all of the supporting points that you do have are connected to that point. I like that. I also like at the end that you remind us of what that point is. So even if the speech is relatively brief, you have accomplished something in the time that you're in front of us. The delivery issues, I think I noticed that you made an improvement. I thought you were trying to look around a little bit more, from the speech that you just did a few minutes ago, and I appreciated that. Like there's an effort there. You could still probably do more than you're doing, but it was better, and that's what we're looking for. We're always looking for some improvement, and that was something that I thought improved in the presentation. Like you said, you're kind of a quiet person, and I don't know that I'd say introverted, but you're not necessarily one of those folks that jumps up and stands out. Your voice is maybe a little bit quiet too, and so maybe you could put a little bit more energy into it. I know it's going to be different. Sometimes you have to, I don't want people to act or put on a fake persona, but you do sometimes have to be like I say, the best version of yourself, and so the energy level could be up a little bit more, and the projection could be up a little bit more, and I think that you'd be fine. What you're doing is good. I'm just talking about what can you do better, and that would be one of the things that you could do better. Organizationally, you did a good job. Like I said, I thought I saw improvement in your audience contact. And I like the examples that you had, even though they aren't as well developed as they could be. You've got the mechanics down here, so that part is good. Now you just need to practice. It's one of those things, the more you do these kinds of things, the easier it's going to be for you. And I had a colleague years ago who told me, he said, the best treatment for speech anxiety is to successfully give speeches. And I think that's the best treatment for everybody's experience. The more you do this, the better off you are. I know some people are going to avoid this as much as they can the rest of their life. I think you're missing an opportunity. And we heard a couple of speeches that talked about that. Stand up for yourself. Say something. Thank you.